Welcome back to the channel YouTube on this fine rainy day. Today we are going to be showing you how you can tap into some wires in your Accord to get your fog lights to turn on without turning on the headlights. If you guys own an Accord that comes with fog lights, you'll know that they only come on when you turn on your headlights, and if you want them to come on with your daytime running lights for aesthetic reasons, you can't do that without doing some wire tapping. So today I'm going to show you how to do that. As always, with anything electrical, make sure you disconnect the negative side of your battery. So let's get into this. There will be a couple things you'll need to do this. You will need a fog light switch. You will need a 22 gauge -4 wire, a mini relay, a add fuse connector, and some posi taps to tap into the wire, as well as some heat shrink to join the wires together. Everything that you need will be linked in the description down below, but this mod will require no soldering. It will just require you to twist some wires together and heat shrinking them together so that you get a good connection. So let me show you how the wiring is done. Before we get started, let me go ahead and show you the end result of what the DRL Foglight mod will accomplish. So let's start up the car. You'll see here that my headlights are turned off, and I come here, and if I push this button, the fog lights here will be turned on. And if I come back and flip the switch, they'll now be turned off. And with this, you'll also retain the functionality of the fog light switch on the stock right here. So if I turn this back on, you'll see fog light off, and I'll come here, turn it on. The light on the gauge will light up, and now you'll see both the headlights on and the fog lights are still on. And come here, I can flip the switch, and the fog lights are off. What you want to do for this is remove this panel here. So go ahead and pull that down, and go ahead and disconnect the connectors back here. All right, so I've already made the connector for this. Again, I'll put a diagram in the bottom, but essentially what you'll want to do is you'll have a yellow, a blue, a red, and a black. And what you want to do is connect the black to ground, your red to a 12-volt source, your yellow to a tap, so an accessory power, and your blue over to the mini relay over here. That's the fog light side of this. And what you do is tie together color for color. What I did was blue to blue, red to red, green to yellow, black to black. And then we come over to the relay side. What you'll have is 5 wires here. One of them you will not use, I believe. The orange one you will not use. And what you do is you'll take your yellow and black, and these will be your ground wires. So you join them to the black wire here. Your brown wire will tap into the fog light switch. Your red one on the relay side will tap into the blue one here. You have 2 extra strands of wire that you'll need to tap in to places. You'll have your brown one, which will go to your fog light relay, and you'll have your red one, which will go to your 12-volt source, and you'll also have your ground, which you can ground out to this bolt right here. Now, the pins you'll want to tap into are right up here. It's going to be the wires running to this module here underneath the dash. And what you want to do is tap your brown ones into the green one up there, and the red one into the light gray one. And that should go ahead and connect everything together. And once you do that, you can plug in your switch and test to see if everything comes on. So the video may not have shown things as clearly, and I just wanted to put up this diagram to kind of reiterate what I was trying to say. So wire 1, the one that's circled 1, will tap into a 12-volt source, which is the gray wire on that white connector I shown, and that will tap into the red wire on the foglight switch side. Wire 2 is the relay connector from that mini relay, and that'll connect to the blue wire on the foglight switch side. Wire 3 is a brown wire that comes off the relay, and that will tap into the foglight switch on that same white box connector. It has a light green wire coming from the back of it. Tap into that. Wire 4 is your tap a fuse. That'll be the yellow wire on the switch side, and it's a green wire for the wire that I used. And wire 5, you just connect the black and yellow from the relay side into all your other ground connectors, and just put a ring terminal on the end of it and put it into a ground point. So hopefully that explains things a little more clearly. If not, always ask in the comments. I'll be happy to answer any questions. Okay, so once you have everything wired together, just go ahead and clean everything up and put your plugs back in. And for your fog light switch, what you want to do is, when you come to this panel, there are 2 plastic tabs on a blank switch here. You can just pop that out and push it out this way, and take your new fog light switch and push it in through this way. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the fuse I tapped into for the tap-a fuse was number 15 on here, which if you look underneath, it's going to be the one in the second from the left. That's number 15. That is the fuse I tapped into, and I used 10 amps for both the fog light and the DRL that I tapped into. I also want to mention this mod isn't only just for the Accords. This will also work for the Civics. You guys have the same 6-pin connector that is open. Instead of on the left side by the fuse box where I am, I believe on the Civics it's on the right side. And instead of the green wire that you tap into a purple one. I'll throw up a diagram as well to show you which wires you tap into on the Civic, but the wiring construction of it, it's all the same. Tap into your fog light relay and your 12 volt and a accessory power and connect the relays together. That's about it. So if you guys found this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video I have. Peace.